Hello Verbal Pals, my special VPs. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Emasi. I post videos on the art of verbal interaction with difficult people, how to show zero emotional reaction, and how to be cool, calm, and calculated in your verbal communication with them. This channel will teach you how to be mentally strong and quick on your feet. Hello everyone, today I want to talk about the number one thing you should never do in front of a controlling person. But first, let me share with you what a controlling person is, who they are, the things that they do so that you can spot them when you encounter them. First is that a controlling person can be very abusive. They can be abusive in all manner. Like they start with verbal abuse, emotional abuse, then the mental abuse where they're making you think that you're crazy, and eventually, it can lead to physical abuse. We all know that physical abuse is not the first form of abuse. They usually start with other things like verbally abusing you, calling you names, and being sort of aggressive towards you before they finally put their hands on you. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about controlling people who tend to hover over others. They tend to accuse you of things that you're not doing, or they're monitoring you left and right, or they just want to know everything about you, where you are, what you're doing, who you're doing. Like they just want to have total control of your life. They are overbearing. So these are the people that I'm referring to when I say controlling people. And this is a form of abuse. So some of them could be subtle abuse where it's not obvious, it's not so clear that they are mentally abusing you or emotionally abusing you, or they might say slight comments that are not verbally abusive, but they're rude and disgusting. Okay, so controlling people, other things about them is that they can be very manipulative. They use manipulative tactics. They might say things to make you think that you are not good enough. This is all a mind game to mess with your mind, to make you think less of yourself, to make you start questioning your own judgment. Controlling people are manipulators. They might make up stories to make you think that you are not a good person, or to make you think that they are the best thing since sliced bread, that they're so good and you're so lucky to have them in your life. But they might make up stories, they might compare you with their exes or with other people just to make you doubt yourself, to make you think less of yourself, to bring you down to their level or to a level below them. But they will also put on a facade. They'll put on this exterior that shows strength and confidence and emotional stability, but it is all a lie. When you get to the core of who they are, that's when you discover that they have very low self-esteem. They are very scared of abandonment. They have this extreme fear of you leaving. They have low confidence and they are emotionally unstable. But initially, you might not know that. You might be admiring them because of this image that they put up, this facade, thinking that, oh wow, this is a very confident person, you like them. But that's all a game that they're playing to cover up who they really are. They suffer from Napoleon complex, meaning they overcompensate for who they are. The shortcomings in their life, they will overcompensate. They will try to make you feel like they are all that, they are the ish, but it is all a lie. So controlling people are pathological liars. Another thing they do is that they like to prey on people who are vulnerable, people who are going through something in their life that they really just need a support system or a shoulder to cry on. Those are the people they will prey on. Or they will prey on people who are naive, people who just trust, who overtrust people, who are overtrusting. They will prey on those kind of people who have a kind heart and very nice and sweet. They will prey on people like that, and also people with low self-esteem. Now, if you are a strong person, you're full of confidence, you have very high self-esteem, you got it all together, chances are they will not get along with you. They cannot stand it if you stand up to them. So if you are the kind of person who can stand up to bullies, who can stand up to controlling people, and you do that, they will not be able to stand you. They will either flee or you will just be butting head with them all the time. So these are some of the examples that I have to share with you about controlling people. Others could be jealousy. Some of their controls could come from jealousy, meaning they could be jealous of your self-esteem. If you are someone with a high self-esteem, they might be jealous of you If you got it all together, they might be jealous of your lifestyle. They might be jealous of your spirit. Like if you're a go-getter, they might be jealous of the fact that you're a go-getter and they are not. They might be jealous of the fact that you are able to accomplish your goals and they are not. So they're jealous of the things that they admire in you. And those are the things that they will actually target in you, that they will want to destroy and bring down. Because if they're able to target those things that they admire in you, then they will destroy you to bring you down to their level or a lower level. In other words, they will do whatever it takes to damage you, to destroy your well-being, not to mention to isolate you from your friends and family, from your loved ones. So isolation is also a form of abuse, but this is one thing that controlling people will do. They will say things that are not true about your family and friends to you. And also, if they're able to communicate with your family and friends, they will also say things that are not true to them, or whatever you've shared with them, they might go to your family and friends to say those things. But these are all their way of life, because their goal, their ultimate goal is to bring this animosity between you and your friends and family, so that way you are isolated from them. Because if people are upset with you, what are they going to do? They might cut you off, or they might just stay away from you. So the controlling person is so happy to do this, because that's when they get more power over you. When you don't have this influence in your life, you don't have anybody to talk to, you don't have anybody to call them out on their behavior. So isolation is the number one thing that a controlling person will target and do to you, to bring you down and to weaken you. In other words, weakening all your support system so they can have this control over you. So if you notice someone is isolating you, or someone is trying to cause problem between you and your friends, or cause problems between you and your family, just know that you're dealing with a controlling person, and that person is dangerous. It's not going to end well, because at the end, you will not recognize who you are if you keep exposing yourself to this controlling person. They're very abusive, toxic, and they're not good people to be around. So one of the reasons that they do this, that they practice this isolation on you, is that they're jealous of the people around you. They're jealous that you are happy. They don't want you to be happy. So in other words, they don't want to see you hanging around happy people, because they're not making you happy, obviously, although they will argue that. So you hanging around other happy people, what would they be feeling? They will feel so jealous, because they'll feel like you don't need them, you're going to discard them, you have other happy people, and they're not making you happy. But they will never admit that they're not making you happy so that they can change their ways. Rather, they will just continue to pound on you to make you think that you are the problem. Don't hang around your friends and family that are making you happy. Hang around them. So like I said, their ultimate fear is fear of losing you. They are so paralyzed by this fear of abandonment, but they will fake their exterior. They will fake this persona to make you think that they don't even care about losing you. But the truth is that they do, because if they lose you, all hell breaks loose. That's when you would know that they actually do care, that they don't want to lose you. They might even threaten you with leaving you all the time. So that's the form of manipulation. When they want to get their way, or when they're controlling you or misbehaving, they might threaten you with, oh, I would just leave you. But that's all a lie. They don't have any intention of leaving you. And if you try to leave, it could be dangerous. They might end up hurting you, or some of them even end up killing the people that leave them. So you have to be very careful when you want to leave a controlling person. It could be very dangerous. They will say things, like I said, they will say things to make you think that you're not a good person, that they are the best thing out there, that they are the best thing since sliced bread, they are the best thing that ever happened to you. But you already know who you're dealing with, so you know what they're saying is not true. But the minute you start believing everything they say, the more you lose your self-esteem, the more you lose your power. So what I say is that don't fall for their game. I'm gonna go into this number one thing that you should never do in front of a controlling person, which is never cry in front of them. Show zero emotional reaction. You should respond, but don't react. The minute you cry in front of a controlling person, you've given them all your power. You don't do that. You might think that if I cry, you're not really planning to cry, right? Just they're doing something hurtful and then you break down and cry. You might think that crying will soften their heart, will make them treat you better. But the truth is that it will only get worse. because now you've empowered them. You've told them that they can break you down into this place where you start crying. They might see that as you trying to manipulate them, or they might see it as mission accomplished from their end, meaning this is really what they want. They want to break you down. They want to see you cry. But when you cry, they might act like they don't want you to cry. They feel sorry, or they might not even care for the ones that are really heartless. I believe all of them are heartless anyway. They are very insensitive, but don't cry in front of them, because when you do that, you can never get them to understand that they're causing you this pain, and this pain is not good for you. Rather, you would just give them this power. You give them more ammunition to use against you, and you've just taught them that if they do this next time, you will cry, and it gladdens their heart. They will dance a victory lap if they can. Then they will come around and act like the savior. So they have this savior complex where after you cry, or when you're crying, they might want to save you, right? They might want to pat you and talk to you, or try to stop you from crying, for the ones that care, right? But the truth is that it's all a facade. They're doing this not really because they feel bad for you, but they're doing it because they just want to show you that they are your savior. They are the ones that hurt you. They're the villain, and then they are the savior. They just want to show you that, look, I am a savior. I saved you. It's all a game. It's manipulation. And that's just something that you might fall for. You might buy and say, oh, well, he hurt me, but he was still nice enough to help me get over that pain. He's so sweet. It's a lie. That's not sweetness. You cannot hurt somebody and then try to save that person. If you want to save somebody, don't even hurt them in the first place, right? So you need to take back your power. If you cry in front of them, or you cry behind their back and then you come back and tell them later, you've just given them this power over you. You've empowered them. So remember that they are very insensitive to your pain, else they will not be doing these things to you. They will not be hurting you. One thing we all know is hurt people hurt people. So controlling people are hurt people. They hurt you, and they cannot save you. If they save you, or they act like they are being nice to you after they hurt you, it's not authentic. Happy people make other people happy. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with others. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.